Black people are no stranger to racial oppression and discrimination in the United States of America. Typically, we see it now on social media with the so-called Karens, who are white women intruding on black people's privacy, normally stopping African Americans from entering their homes or apartments. We see it with police brutality, Black Lives Matter to be exact, where black men, sometimes unarmed, are being killed by the police. And when all of these things occur, black people are the first to call it out. We're rallying, we're marching, we're even calling it out on social media and even on television. But there is a little bit of hypocrisy in the situation. And there's a video that I saw on TikTok before we get into today's topic that I want to play right now about black people and racism. I want to kind of talk about this first before we get into the main topic.
I'm going to hurt some feelings with this one, but we have the black community to blame for racism still existing. Even though we didn't create racism, we are the reason why we're still oppressed. The black community is very picky choosy. As soon as white people do something racist towards black people, we are quick to speak up about it. But when black people are doing harm to their own community, it's silent. Just in case you've been living under a rock, the black community is colorist, texturist, featurist, transphobic, homophobic, misogynistic. I mean, we accept pedophiles in our homes. Yet we've normalized all those issues in our own community. And then we're delusional enough to think we're able to fight racism while our community is so divided. I hate to be the one to say it, but y'all need to hear it. The black community needs to start taking accountability. You guys are way too silent about the issues in our own community. Very quick to ignore it and sometimes perpetuate it. That is why the black community has gone nowhere and why we will continue to get nowhere. Y'all want change? Y'all want racism to end? It starts with us coming together. But we cannot come together if we continue to live in a society where we've normalized black people only fighting for certain black lives. Emphasis on certain black lives. You cannot say Black Lives Matter and exclude gay black lives, or dark-skinned women, or women with 4C hair, or women with Afrocentric features. That's not how it works. You stand for the whole community, or you shut the fuck up. You have to have M&Ms for brain cells to think that we can overcome racism with how our community looks right now. Start holding other black people accountable. Start having those conversations about the issues in our community. The quicker we do that, the quicker we can solve it. The quicker we can come together and take our power back. But it starts with y'all. Sorry, not sorry.
So as you see there, I don't agree with the whole thing, but I will say that she does make several strong points. And let's fast forward, Debo, all the way to 2023, where Martin Luther King birthday, which will be celebrated on January 16th on Monday. It's a national holiday in America. Of course, people in the South are trying to make money off of it. Now, I don't begrudge promoters for trying to make money off of an event. People do it for the holiday season, Valentine's Day, Easter. I get it. But let's look at this particular flyer where you have these people. I'm a Star, Be Love, King Dream presents MLK Freedom to Twerk. Now, obviously, we're going to have to cut those ladies out because of the booties that's there. But we'll just try to let you see what you see there, right? MLK Freedom to Twerk. Now, you see Martin Luther King, a PhD from Boston University, one of our greatest intellectual leaders of his time. You're putting him in the same vicinity as IG models who are half naked. It's completely disrespectful. Let's look at this thing. Ambrosia Hookah Bar and Lounge presents MLK Casamigos Fest, Sunday, 15th of January. Here is Dr. King with a gold chain photoshopped with, bottles of liquor in his hand. And then here you have January 19th, MLK Sunday. Dr. Martin Luther King looking like a degenerate rapper with all of these gold chains. Then here you have MLK with some tattoos and a bling watch on. Sunday, January 19th, DJ Super Zoe birthday bash. So shout out to that guy. And you see all of that, right? Then here you got this thing, Black Sunday finale, Dr. King holding some money and stacks of money. Stop the show, Dima. Point the arrow there. You have Rosa Parks, Harriet Tubman on the flyer with Shisha. Now, I want to discuss this. Those same black people who are tired of being discriminated against white people like Kanye West, Kyrie Irving, and a lot of you people who call it out. I'm not saying that you're wrong, but look at how you're disrespecting your leaders, your ancestors, those who fought and died. Like my grandfather was born in 1918, which was 11 years before Dr. King was born, and got a chance to meet Dr. King. So did so many people who got a chance to meet Malcolm X and all of the greats that have went on before us. And we have the living audacity to disrespect the people who made it possible for us to do what we do today. Like, we are a sick generation, man. I just gotta be honest. We are the worst, maybe the one that's now, but the minds, terrible. How could you ever fix your mouth to put MLK on a flyer as a degenerate man who did so much for our people? Now, did he make some mistakes? Absolutely. But I'll tell you what you would never find. You would never find Hispanics doing that. Julio Cesar Chavez, people like that, or I believe that's what his name was. Well, anybody on Cinco de Mayo, can you see the Hispanic community disrespecting their leaders like that? Absolutely. There are prices to pay for that. Can you see the Jewish community doing that with somebody like a rabbi? And imagine that, because Dr. King was a reverend, right? Could you see them doing that? Never. They will automatically be kicked out. Then when you come here and you realize that foreigners have a problem with African Americans and then they disrespect our culture, some of you guys say, or, black Dominicans or some of these other groups. Oh, how can they come over to our country and disrespect us? We made it possible for them to be here. And then when you see flyers like this, you don't have that same energy for the people disrespecting your elders, those disrespecting your ancestors, those who made it possible for your father to go to school. Like, I can imagine you guys heard this story. My grandfather in 1918 lived in Lincoln, Missouri. He had to drop out of school because he had to go and help his family farm. And of course, you've heard that I used to walk 2 to 3 miles to school. Now, I don't know how far he walked to school, but I'm pretty sure life was tough for him. You see, he worked every day, and so did my grandmother, who came over on my dad's side, rather, in the Great Migration from Natchitoches, Louisiana, all the way to California. You see, how can I ever disrespect somebody like that? Because it was because of them trying to get away from the Jim Crow South, taking our family to the West Coast, that I had the opportunity that I have today. Because people fought and died for us to be here. And then when we come out and when we behave, we act like people didn't go ahead and put their life on the line for our generation. And this is the thanks we give them. And this is the problem with black communities. We don't even respect our elders, our ancestors, people who fought for us. And then when other groups come over and disrespect us, we taught them how to treat us. Just like Martin Luther King says something to the effect of, injustice anywhere is injustice almost everywhere, something like that, right? And when we don't say nothing, he didn't say almost, but when we don't say anything about that, that's the problem. We are almost agreeing with it. We are agreeing with it. It's okay to make fun of your people. It's okay to make fun of your leaders. It's okay. And then when people start making fun of us, now all of a sudden we're mad and we're hypocrites. Like, I had a problem when you had some of you brothers out there in 2017 that was making fun of Harriet Tubman and that's when I was really hard body in the manosphere. But man, I was checking so many dudes in the manosphere for that. Bro, how could you fix your mouth to talk about Harriet Tubman? Are you serious? Are you serious? Like, if there's certain women that you want to talk about, you never talk about Harriet Tubman, period. Rosa Parks never. How could you even say something like that? But that's where we're at. Guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Drunk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.